Okay, so fact number 1 is given is nothing but Rani is hungry. Fact number 2, if Rani is hungry, she barks. Okay, Rani is nothing but a name of a dog. Okay, so the first fact is given, that is Rani is hungry. Second fact, if Rani is hungry, she barks. And statement number 3, if Rani barks, Raja get angry. Okay, so this is nothing but a description of the two dogs are given. Okay, Rani is one of the dog and Raja is one of the dog. Okay, so statements are given. Rani is hungry. Statement number 2, if Rani is hungry, she barks. If Rani barks, Raja gets angry. Then we have to prove that Raja is angry using a forward and backward reasoning. Okay, so for that, you should first read these statements and then I'll explain, read these statements for 2 minutes and then I'll explain rest of the things regarding to forward reasoning and backward reasoning. Okay, so here you have statements. Okay, and these statements are converted into a forward reasoning, or statement are converted into a first order logical statement. A statement number 1 is Rani is hungry. Okay, so I'm putting a first predicate. Okay, that is nothing but a P, and P stands for Rani is hungry. Then second predicate I am putting, that is nothing but a Q, and Q implies Rani is barking. Okay, third predicate I am putting, that is nothing but Raja is angry. Okay, so these are the 3 predicates I am going to use, and along with these predicates I am going to prove that Raja gets angry. Okay, and I have to prove it by forward reasoning and backward reasoning. So I have a first rule, that is nothing but Rani is hungry. Okay, for that I'm writing like first rule, that is nothing but a P, which is nothing but a fact. A second thing, that is if Rani is hungry, she barks. So I have a rule, that is nothing but P implies Q. If Rani is hungry, she barks. Okay, and third rule, if Rani barks, Raja gets angry. Okay, if Q, then it implies R is true. Okay, so these are the first order logical statements. Okay, and its link is like this. P implies Q and Q implies R. Okay, so now we have to prove that R is true. So for proving, by using a forward reasoning, for proving R is true, okay, that is that we have to prove, and we are not aware of R is true or false. So I'm first starting from a first clue. I'll start my work by collecting a clue. Okay, I'm getting a first clue, that is nothing but P. So P is a true. Okay, it is given. Okay, it is a fact. Rani is hungry. So I'll say that P is true. Then next, if P is true, then I should go for the next. That is nothing but if Rani is hungry, she barks. So I have a rule, that is P tends to Q. And I got the conclusion in my first rule, that is nothing but P is a truth. So if truth, that is nothing but P, is implying something, then by using a modus ponens theorem, we can say that the particular thing to which the truth is implying is also true. So by using a rule number 2, we can say that Q is also true. Okay, you're getting? हे सगळ्यांना समजतंय? Yes, no. Okay, so we have to prove this. We have proved that as the truth is implying something, so Q is true is already proved. The next, I have to prove that R is true. Okay, so through these, I have to prove that R is true. So I have a rule number 3, that is nothing but Q implies R. So as Q implies R and Q is true, by using a modus ponens theorem, we can say that as per rule number 2 and by using a modus ponens theorem, as the Q is truth, the true thing is implying R, which means R is also true. So by using a forward reasoning, if P is true and P is implying Q, then Q is true and Q is implying R, means R is also true. So it has been proved that if that is nothing but Raja is angry. Okay, so this is by using a forward reasoning. In a backward reasoning, what happens is like this. In a backward reasoning, we know that R is true. Okay, we know that R is true, but we cannot prove as legally that is R is true because we are not having certain clues. Okay, you should picturize a criminal case and you are interested to prove that R is a criminal, okay, in front of your eyes. So I know that R has done something illegal. Okay, but I cannot prove this R has done some illegal things without getting certain clues. So in this thing, okay, in a backward reasoning, I know that Raja is angry, but I cannot prove it if I'm not having certain clues. So for proving R is true, I have to go into for finding out a clues. So I have to first find out Q is true. Okay, because Q is implying R. So I have to find out Q is true. Okay, if I'm interested to prove Q is true, I have to first prove that P is true. And if P is true, then only I can prove that Q is true. But here, as in this problem, P is true is a given fact. So through this, I can say that if P is true is a fact, so I can say that Q is also true. And if Q is true, I can also say that R is true. Okay, so in this way, by backward reasoning, I can say that Raja is angry has been